It's 2 a.m. and the world's asleep, but the thoughts in my head still whisper. Streetlights stretch across my ceiling like ghosts dancing without a partner. We said all there was to say, or maybe we didn't, who knows. Our last conversation lingered like perfume on bottled clothes. You left us room in the sink, half a chapter on the bed. The rhythm of you still lives here in every word left unsaid. I play your records to fill the silence, the kind you'd hum to without trying. But now each note feels like a memory, each lyric somehow feels like lying. I make 2 cups of tea by habit, then pour one down the drain. Old patterns don't fade easily, even when there's nothing to gain. You once told me stillness was sacred, now I know what you meant. But the science has a sharpness, like a love that came and went. There's a warmth in my favorite sweater, one you sent felt like a hug, and now it clings to me like memory. And 1,000 what ifs left unplugged. The morning light falls softer now without your voice chasing it in. The plan still leans toward the window, but I don't know where to begin. We used to love constellations with fingers tracing the night sky. Now I just count the spaces where you're missing, and I wonder why. Even the fridge hums differently, even the floorboards creak slow. You're not gone like in a movie, just here in ways I didn't know. The bookshelf holds your invitations, little stars beside favorite lines. I read them like you're still with me, between the margins and locked times. The clock ticks like a metronome, to a song me no longer right. But I find myself still moving to its rhythm every night. The wind outside knows our story, it pushes past like it's aware. It rattles the window gently, like it's asking if I still care. And I do, in the smallest, quietest ways. In the way I double knot my shoes, like you taught me on rainy days. I care when I pass the cafe where you used to wait and read, and the way my breath catches when I see your favorite breed. I try to replace your echoes with white noise, sleep apps, and rain, but you're louder than thunder. When I close my eyes again, I write your name in my thoughts. Like a mantra, I forgot to stop. Even the mirror doesn't argue when I practice how to drop. Drop the hope, drop the wish, and drop the weight of what could have been. But it's like trying to catch sunlight with fingers that kiss in. People say I should move on, pack it up, start somewhere new. No one tells you how to do that when you're somewhere still feels like you. So I do small things instead, fold the laundry, clean the blinds, hope that through mundane motion I might untangle my own mind. There's comfort in the chaos, when it's chaos you want shared. Now everything's in order, but I miss the mess we did. We never shouted out ending, just drifted into different rooms, like a slow fade in a film that never gets to resume. Still I keep the porch light on, though I know you will come back.
I still remember that Tuesday morning. The sun came in slow, like it now. We were both pretending not to notice a space that grew between me and you. We used to laugh without a reason, stay up all night chasing the moon. But lately silence has become our language, and I'm humming old songs out of tune. I'd write your name on fogged up windows, draw hearts that melted in the light. We used to race through crowded sidewalks, now we walk like strangers in the night. I found your jacket in the closet, the one you wore 1st July. It still smells like burnt marshmallows and stargazing in the countryside. How did we go from always to maybe, from promises to passing by? I miss the way you whispered stories and how your eyes lit up when you'd lie. We made pancakes past midnight, danced barefoot on cold wood floors. Now I sip my tea in quiet morning as your key no longer turns the door. I tried to find you in old photos, but even pixels seem to fade. You once said you'd never leave me, but forever came in shades of gray. I called your number just to hear you breathing, then hung up before you'd know. This love is now a ghost I feed, with memories that follow me wherever I go. I walk down Maple where you kissed me. The bench still has our names carved in. Some kid was playing your favorite song. It knocked the wind out of my skin. I write these words not to win you, not to drag us back in time, but just to let the ache pour out of me, to set it free, one broken line at a time. And if one day you pass this station, and this tune drifts into your heart, no, I never really stopped believing that we could go back to the dark. I'll wait for you beneath the stars, like we did before we fell apart. In a dream where we are together, back to the start, back to forever. You might not remember this feeling, but I'll hold it here until you do. Until then I'll be tracing our old memories everywhere I go, just thinking of you. If you ever find yourself lost in the sound of 1,000 nights, remember that I'm still somewhere waiting, hoping the world brings you back into my sights. I've kept the promises I made you, even when you never came back. I've learned to smile without you, but I still feel the absence you left. Do you remember when we danced? The rain fell in sheets on our skin. We swirled in the street with no cares at all. I think I would dance with you again, if I could turn back the clock a little, just to hear your voice one more time. But I'll hold on to the whispers of us and the love we couldn't quite define. Maybe one day, in a different lifetime, we'll meet again and make it right. But for now, I'll just keep on waiting in the glow of a starry night. And every time I hear that song, I'll remember you, and it won't be wrong, the way we used to sing so loud. Back to the start, we'll find our crowd. I hope you're out there somewhere, living the life you dream to live. And if you ever feel the need to return, I'll be here, waiting with all I have to give.
I feel the rhythm in the quiet, like whispers floating through the air, softly tapping on the corners of a world that feels so rare. The glow of the streetlight dances as the evening pulls me near. I take a breath and let it linger, like your voice when you're still here. The city hums beneath the stillness, a heartbeat that's unknown to most. But in the softest quiet moments, I hear it clear, a warming ghost. We used to talk for hours about dreams we thought would stay, but now it's just the ticking clock and the silence pulling us away. I feel the space between us widening, like the distance of 1,000 miles. But I still catch a glimpse of you in the way you used to smile. And now the night is our companion, with its gentle, steady hum. We don't need to say a thing, we just let the silence come. The world outside may still embrace, but we find peace in this slow space. The rhythm of our hearts so steady, in the soft light we're always ready. Beneath the soft light of the moon, we find a place where we can bloom. The tempo moves, the days are clear, and in this moment, you're still near. We used to run through endless streets, chasing dreams we thought were true. But now I see it in your eyes, that the dreams are only new. We've traveled far, but it's the quiet that calls us back to where we are. No need for loud declarations, just the whispers of a distant star. I close my eyes and feel the sound of echoes spinning all around. In the warmth I find the space where your smile lights up this place. We don't need to talk in circles or chase the moments we once knew. Just let the silence fill the space, and I'll be here, waiting for you. The rhythm's slow, but it's unbroken. In the moments left unspoken, I hold on to the simple things, like the warmth your silence brings. Your voice is like a fading echo, a song I used to know by heart. And though it's quiet in this moment, I'll never let that feeling part. We don't have to search for meaning in the quiet where we stand. Sometimes the stillness speaks the loudest, like the touch of your soft hand that walked the streets we used to walk. The paths where we were laughing, dreaming, but now they feel a little softer, like a memory that's yet to gleam. And though the world is still ever, I find our heartbeats slow and steady, waiting for the moment when you'll come back and we'll be ready. I still remember all the songs we'd sing with voices full of cheer, but now it's just a memory whispering the things I hold dear. In the soft light I feel the change in every note that drifts away, but there's a melody still playing in the quiet of the day. We used to race through busy streets and laugh like nothing mattered then, but now it's just the quiet moments in the space we're trying to mend. You're left behind a simple touch, a fleeting glance, a tender smile, but it's enough to keep me going in the silence for a while. You don't say much anymore, but I hear you in the silence, like wind slipping under doors, like meaning hiding in defiance. We sit on opposite couches, reading two different books, but I catch you glancing sometimes, and I still memorize the notes. We used to underline each sentence in the chapters of our days. Now the pages come out empty, with too much space between the phrase. I make tea the way you like it, 3 minutes steep, no more. I leave it on your coaster, right beside the slanted drawer. You still hum when you're nervous, you still fold the laundry slow. I still find your socks in corners of places I thought I'd outgrow. We talk in headlines, not in stories. We're fine, I'm tired, long day, but in the way your shoulder leans, I hear the things you meant to say. I remember your laugh on Thursdays, the way your eyes held light like glass. Now it's more like filtered moonlight, familiar but fading fast. I scroll through our old playlists, songs we used to belt out loud. Now I wear headphones in the kitchen, and you disappear into the crowd. Even our fights had color once, sharp reds and vibrant grays. Now me arguing pastels, too tired to raise the flames. I keep forgetting the passwords to accounts we made us two. Resetting everything solo is a metaphor I didn't choose. I cleaned out the hall closet and found the board games we adored. Do you remember rainy Sunday, laughing sprawled out on the floor? We cheat and pretend not to steal glances instead of turns. Now the games collect us slowly, like the lessons no one learns. Your scent still clings to pillowcases, that musky coffee and lime smell. It hits like a wave I never see coming, and suddenly I'm not doing so well. I replay the night you whispered, don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. And how I clung to those soft syllables, like they could float us through despair. But people don't always vanish loud, some just fade out of their skin. They stay in form and habit while their spirit packs it in. You still say goodnight, gently, still kiss my shoulder from the side. But it's like loving through a mirror, where the real touch can't reside. I want to ask if you're still with me, if your soul still shares this space, but I'm scared of your honest answer, so I just set the dinner place. 2 plates, 2 forks, same napkins, same meal you once called home. I still like that stupid candle, so the room doesn't feel alone. We've built a life of motion, polite smiles and how it's learned, but the joys in hiding lately, like it's learning not to work. 2 plates, 2 forks, same napkins, same meal you once called home. I still light that stupid candle, so the room doesn't feel alone. We've built a life of emotions, polite smiles and how we'll work, but the joy isn't hiding lately, like it's learning not to work. I keep notes on my phone now, things I wish you'd say, like I miss you, so let's try again, or just, how's your day? I go to bed before you because silence feels less loud. It's easier not to notice how we drift by scattered clouds. You used to pull me close at midnight, talk nonsense half asleep. There's a code on the back of the chair. You haven't worn it in months, but I leave it there like a placeholder for a version of you that once was. The lamp still flickers in the corner, like it's trying to tell me something. Morse code and warm yellow pulses, but I've forgotten how to listen. I keep the curtains half open, so the streetlights can wander in, because darkness feels too final, and I'm not ready for the end. You walk through the hallway barefoot, but somehow you still feel far. We say goodnight like a habit, not knowing who we really are. You used to bring me books from thrift shops with notes in the margins you'd find. Now I find your bookmarks untouched, pages paused in a different time. The vinyl you loved gathers dust, but I still lower the needle slow, hoping to summon a version of us, the melodies we used to know. We don't argue, we don't fight, we just fall asleep too fast, dodging the questions with silence and pretending that moments last. Your laugh just grown polite now, like applause at the wrong show, and your eyes scan past me like you're watching someone go. I cooked your favorite dinner last night. You said thanks and swallowed your phone. The scent of garlic and rosemary hung in a house that felt alone. I hung the tunes you used to whistle when you came home at 6:30. But now you linger in the driveway, like you're rehearsing an exit script. Your shoes by the door don't line up, like they're ready to run or stay. And I can't tell if you're tired of me or just afraid to drift away. I saw a reflection in the window, not touching, just side by side. Two outlines trapped in the same frame, but each living a different life. Remember the time we spilled coffee and laughed till the neighbors knocked. Now spills just mean stains to clean, and laughs are words we've locked. I still whisper jokes in the mirror, hoping to practice my old glue, in case you decide to look again and find something worth coming home to. But maybe you're not coming back, maybe you never really left, just changed in quiet increments while I stay where we met. You used to dance when brushing your teeth, I'd join and we'd twirl like fools. Now I brush in separate silence, avoiding my same old rule. The radio played our wedding song in the car while I drove alone. I pulled over without crying, just nodded like it was known. I talked to your mom last week and she asked if we were okay. I said yeah, we're just tired, but I think I meant fading away. The bed feels larger lately, though you haven't changed your side. You still face the wall like always, but I wish you'd face me sometimes. There's a crack in the bathroom mirror, right between where our faces meet. It's subtle, but it's growing, like the words we won't repeat. And yet, I still hope for mornings where you reach out without cue, or your fingers find mine again, like they always used to do. I take the blame if it would fix this. I fooled my pride and let it go.
The world outside is quiet, like a song that's left unsung. The moments feel a little longer as we wait for what's to come. I hear the hum of the evening, like the whisper of the sea. And in the stillness I'm remembering what it used to feel to be free. You said we'd find forever in the places we could roam, but now the roads seem distant and I'm here, just feel alone. We used to chase the sunsets with the music in our veins, but now the stars seem farther, like we're drifting in the rain. I still remember when we laughed like the world was just a game. But time has changed the way we speak, and now it's never quite the same. But in the quiet I can hear you, in the silence you remain, like a song that never finishes, but still plays inside my brain. We used to talk of all our dreams, of places we would go, but now it feels like empty words, just echoes in the flow. I sit and watch the sky unfold as the evening fades to night. I wonder if you think of me in the stillness, in the light. The moon hangs like a memory, a reminder of what's gone. But I hold it close just for a moment as the world moves on and on. The rhythm's slow but steady, like the pulse of this old song. I don't need the answers now, I just need to hold on. We used to race through morning light, the days were ours to take, but now the clock's a little slower, and I wonder if it's too late. I feel your presence in the quiet, like a whisper in the air, and I know that I still carry the pieces of you everywhere. In the silence I find comfort, like a dream that fades away, and I hold on to the feeling of the love we couldn't stay. The world keeps turning ever fast, but I find peace in the slow, and the spaces left between us where only memories flow. And though we've drifted further in time's unyielding hands, I'll keep the echoes close to me, like footprints in the sand. We don't need to talk about it or try to fix the past. We'll just let the silence guide us as we wait for peace at last. I hear your voice inside my head, and for a moment I believe that we can still find each other in the quiet, in the breeze. The stars will guide us back someday to a place where we belong, and in this space I'll find you in the echoes of this song. We used to dance beneath the sky with hearts that beat in time, but now it's just a quiet hum and the rhythm of our minds. In the calm I find my solace, in the stillness I feel home, and though the world may move without us, I know we're never full.
The night is falling slow and steady like a soft lullaby, wrapping the world in its embrace. A day has slowly slipped away, and with it so have the sounds of the world. The hustle, the chatter, the bustle of life, all of it fades into a quiet stillness. I step out into the cool evening air, and it feels like a new beginning, even though it's the end of another day. The sky above me is darkening, the stars slowly beginning to peek out from behind the veil of the night. They seem distant, almost unreachable, yet their light somehow finds a way to touch me. I begin to walk down the empty streets. There's no one else here, just me and the sound of my footsteps echoing off the pavement. It's strange the way everything slows down when the sun disappears. The usual noise that fills the streets is gone, and in its place is an eerie silence. But the silence isn't lonely, it's comforting. There's a kind of peace in it, like the world has finally paused, allowing me a moment to breathe. The air feels fresh, cool against my skin. It's a contrast to the warmth of the day that lingers in my bones, but it's a welcome change. The night feels like a different world altogether, as though I've stepped into a realm where time moves differently. I take a deep breath, flooding the chill from my lungs. I'm alone, but for the first time in a long time, it's not a feeling of loneliness. Instead it's freedom, a freedom to be myself without the pressure of expectations, without the rush of time, and without the noise of the world. As I walk, my mind begins to wander. Thoughts that I've been pushing away, all they slowly come to the surface. The phase I've been avoiding, the phase I don't always want to think about, but now they rise to the surface uninvited. It's like when night has a way of making everything more intense, more real. Memories that buried deep inside me begin to stir. They float to the surface, and for a moment I feel like I'm drowning in them, but then just as quickly I remember it more intense, more real. The memories that buried deep inside me begin to stir. They float to the surface, and for a moment I feel like I'm drowning in them, but then just as quickly I remember that I don't have to hold on to these thoughts forever. The night is here to remind me that it's okay to let go. The world keeps moving, and no matter how heavy the past might feel, it's just that the past I can't change it. I can't take it back, but I can choose what to do with it now.
The world's a little quieter now, like it's holding its breath, waiting. We used to move in sync with time, but now it feels like we're hesitating. I remember when we talked for hours, just letting the moments unfold. No plan, no path, just us and the stars. The night felt like it would never grow old. We'd laugh at nothing, eyes alive, like every moment was our own. Now the space between us is growing wide, and I'm here holding on to the unknown. I trace your name on fogged up windows, feeling the warmth of memories, but it's fading just like those old songs whispered by the gentle breeze. The first time I held your hand, it felt like the world stood still. Now I reach for what's left behind, but the echoes fall and time stands still. We used to dance through the storm without a care, without a fear. Now the thunder feels so far away, and the silence pulls me near. I wish I could turn back the clock to a time when we were free, but the days keep slipping through my fingers like waves lost in the endless sea. I hear your voice in the distance, a memory carried by the wind. I wonder if you hear me calling, or if the silence you were weeping. I still remember the way you smiled, like nothing in this world could break. Now the smile feels so distant, like a dream I can't quite wake. The stars used to shine for us, lighting paths we never knew. Now the sky feels like a distant place, and I'm reaching but I can't get through. I used to talk about forever, as if time had no hold on it. Now it feels like we're running out of days, and I'm left chasing what's lost. But even in the quiet, there's a part of me that's still here, waiting for you in the echoes of the love we used to hold dear. I remember when we made promises underneath the pale moonlight, but promises saying like the morning fall, and the day steals away the night. The space between us is growing now, like the distance of 1,000 miles. But every step I take towards you feels like it's been 1,000 trials. I hear our song on the radio, and for a moment I can see your face, but the moment slips away too fast, like the fading light we can't replace. The world keeps turning without us, and I wonder if you think of me. Do you hear the echoes of our laughter, or is it just a memory? I do walk the paths we used to roam, tracing footsteps in the sand, but the footprints disappeared too quickly, like they were never in my hands. I used to believe in forever, but forever feels so far away. Now I'm just holding on to moments that the world won't let me hear today. If I could hold you on this silence, I'd tell you everything I miss, but the words get lost between us on the silence skin like a kiss. I hear the whispers of the past like going through the trees, and in the quiet of the morning I still feel you next to me. The days we had feel like a story, a tale that never really ends.
It's the hour between night and morning, when the sky's unsure of its hue. The stars haven't said goodbye yet, but the sun's already peeking through. That's how it feels with you lately. Like I'm stuck in the halfway line. Not quite in love, not quite alone, just lost in the blur of night. You say we're fun with tired eyes. I nod and sip my drink. We don't fight, but we don't laugh much. We just float, too scared to sink. The coffee pot still gurgles warm. The mug still sit in twos. But silence stretches like cold elastic. Too tight for comfort, too loose for truth. Remember how we danced in winter? Hands frozen, but hearts on fire. Now we barely touch in summer. Like warmth, something we no longer require. Your toothbrush still stands beside mine, but I can't recall your smile. You used to hum when cooking dinner. Now I haven't heard that in a while. The hallway feels longer these days. Footsteps echo more than they should. I trace the grain of wooden floors, hoping to feel something good. You scroll your phone at midnight while I pretend not to stare. We used to share our dreams out loud. Now I'm not sure if you care. The plants in the window are growing, maybe because they don't know better. They stretch toward light without question, no fear of changing weather. And maybe that's the lesson I should have learned back then. Grow to bend, to reach even when love might end. Better stay in this halfway light. Like a song that never drops, waiting for the beat to come in, but the rhythm always stops. I read the books you left unread, looking for your hidden thoughts, trying to find you in the margins, in the phrases you forgot. I cooked the meals you used to love, even though you barely eat. I set the table like a ritual for ghosts I'm scared to meet. Some nights I dream you're laughing, loud, wild, untamed and bright. Then I wake up to your shadow, sitting muted in the light. I write texts I never send, and delete them just the same. We talk about the weather now, avoiding every name. When did we stop being curious, stop asking how the other feels? Now we're experts in distraction, masters of ignoring what's real. The cat still curls between us, unaware of the drift. She purrs like things are steady while we quietly shift. We leave things half said, half felt, half love, half understood, building a life in fragments where something whole once stood. I remember how your eyes lit up the first time you saw the sea. Now they only flicker when you're tired and never really look at me. I found your old playlist yesterday, say track 5 on repeat. It used to make you sing so loud, now it just hurts to breathe. I wanna ask, are we still us? But I already know the sound of a question that won't be answered when your heart's no longer around. Still, I hope for a miracle moment, that one unguarded glance where you'll remember how it felt to get this over chance.
I light a candle by the window, watch the flames sway in the dark. Each flicker feels like a heartbeat, a memory trying to leave a mark. Your name still lives in my notebook, written sideways in the margins. Little notes I scribbled at midnight, between dreams and faded parking. We used to share our favorite lines from books that no one else had read. You said words were magic spells, and love was always just a friend. Now I write to cite your presence in the stillness of the night. Every letter holds a whisper of a warmth that felt so right. The tea's gone cold on the table, but I don't mind the taste. It reminds me of our mornings, where time was something we'd never waste. You'd hum your thoughts while reading, seeing curled beneath your seat, and I'd pretend I wasn't staring at how you made quiet moments sweet. I still wear that worn-out sweater, the one you always stole from me. It smells like winter evenings and silent laughter over herbal tea. They say people grow apart sometimes, that nothing really stays the same. But I swear I see you in streetlights and hear your echo in the rain. I tried deleting all the photos, the ones where you looked back at me, but my finger hovered trembling, a heart in the grip of memory. Now I walk the bookstore aisles alone, searching titles we used to share, but every spine feels heavier when there's no one with me there. You said you like the quiet songs, the ones that never made the charts, like they were written just for you, little secrets locked in hearts. So I made a playlist in your name, full of cracks you'd never hear, but I play them when I miss you and let them blur the years. We carved a world in whispers and sealed it with goodnight texts, but now I scroll through empty messages and wonder what comes next. I find your shadow in reflections, in subway glass and evening trays, a silhouette I can't chase down, fading softly in window panes. And when insomnia wraps around me, I'll grab a pen and release the flood. You live in midnight pages now, in every tear, in every blood. They say time will make it easier, but I don't think that's true. It just teaches you to carry it, the weight of loving you. I imagine you in other cities, holding coffee with both hands. Maybe you're smiling at a stranger, or running barefoot through foreign lands. Do you still sing off-key on purpose? Do you still talk to the stars? I used to think you'd never leave me, but forever as it scars. You painted a legend in my silence, laughed until the walls gave in. Now I'm staring at white ceilings, trying to recall the warmth of your grin. Do you still wear that necklace, the one with the tiny key? You said it opened nothing, it felt like it belonged to me. Sometimes I write your name in cursive, just to see it dance again. Sometimes I whisper, are you happy? Into the wind, like it's a friend. There are nights I don't dream of you, and I hate how that feels right. There's a hush over the city tonight. No horns, no words, just amber lights. I walk beneath the sleeping windows, listening for something that feels like you. The moon is a half-written letter, hung above rooftops in pale blue. You once said the sky was endless, but I've reached the edge in missing you. I count my footsteps on cracked pavement, like tally marks for time we lost. And every breath I take alone feels like winter etched in frost. You left a quiet after rainfall, when the air was thick with thought. Now a chase echoes through the silence, grasping at things we almost caught. We built our home in late night whispers, spoken glances touched in sighs. But love's not just in poetry, it's in dishes and compromise. You tie your hair with broken laces, some songs that never made sense, but they made me smile at the corners, like secrets hiding in present tense. Remember our Sunday rituals, coffee black, your toast half burned. You talk about planets of futures, while the sunlight slowly turned. I still play your vinyl records, but the scratches fill the room. Even static has a heartbeat when you're aching for a tune. Some nights I read your old messages, half laugh, half sinking to the floor. There's something haunting in the kindness you left hanging at the door. You told me I loved like thunder, sudden, loud, impassable to hold. But you were the rain I needed after, soft, forgiving, never cold. A bookshelf still leans like you built it, crooked, stubborn, full of grace. And I leave it just the way it is, like I'm guarding your old space. The plants you left are still grieving, though I forget to give them care. Maybe love is like that, resilient, even when no one's there. I saw a girl wearing your jacket, the same mustard shade, same loose sleeves. My heart skipped like a scratch record, caught between memory and make-believe. We said we'd write a story someday, but the pen ran dry too fast. Now I write the chapter solo, still using the font of our past. There's a song you used to mumble, something soft, half out of key. I find myself repeating it in the spaces between me. My friends say it's time to move on, to let the air breathe something new. But groove is not a straight line, it loops in the shape of you. My friends say it's time to move on, to let the air breathe something new. But grief is not a straight line, it loops in the shape of you. I left your drawer untouched, filled with trinkets worn and small. I call it the museum of almost, where loved ones filled the hall. I go to the cafe we like, order your usual by mistake. They ask if I want sugar, I just smile for my own sake. Sometimes I stare at people, imagining if they've lost truth. We all carry someone silent and bondage with what we know. I want to send you a letter, no reply, no backward glance. You used to write me letters, folded sharp like paper planes. I'd catch them midair in my hallway and read them again in the rain. There was magic in your handwriting, little loops that curl with grace, like you poured your heart in cursive and let it float into my space. We'd sit on rooftops in silence, with soda cans and stolen time, tossing questions into the sky, waiting for the stars to rhyme. You said if we ever got too quiet, we'd send signals into the night, like satellites made of feelings, orbiting just out of sight. We made forts out of laundry and playlists that never aged, shared secrets and flashlight whispers while the world turned another page. There was a song you'd always hum when the kettle started to hiss. Now I hear it faintly in the steam, like a memory I still miss. The plants you named are dying, I water them just the same, but maybe they know what's missing, or maybe they're tired of this game. I cleaned the drawer you claimed with your old gum wrappers and pens, found a doodle of our initials scribbled like we were still friends. Some days I talk to the shadows, not expecting them to reply. I just say things I tell you, like you're listening from the sky. The socks you always mismatched are still in the bottom bin. I fight them together carefully, like they're supposed to belong again. We once raced the mailman barefoot just to beat the afternoon sun. Now I race through work and errands, chasing hours that never run. He told me I'd glow in the dark if I ever lost my spark, so I bought glow-in-the-dark stars and stuck them above your mark. I painted all your doodles on the wall near the kitchen white, but every brushstroke felt like erasing pieces that last felt right. The fridge still hums the same key as the lullaby you used to sing. I caught myself humming along, like it still meant everything. There's a picture frame with no picture, just space where your smile should be. I stare like it might materialize if I believe hard enough. Maybe remember when you kissed my wrist and said, "This is my forever spot." I trace it now with my own fingers, pretending you forgot it not. The neighbors ask how you're doing, I say you're fine, just out of town. They don't see how often I look at the door when the sun goes down. Your shampoo bottle's almost empty, I don't throw it out, just out of town. They don't see how often I look at the door when the sun goes down. Your shampoo bottle's almost empty, I don't throw it out just in case. The scent still clings to the corners, like a ghost I can't replace. You left your favorite hoodie, that navy one with the frayed sleeve. I wear it when I miss you, which is every time I breathe. We used to leave notes on mirrors, write tiny time capsules of care. Now the glass just fogs and clears, with nothing written there. I watched an old movie we loved, paused it on your favorite line. I whispered it back to the screen and let myself pretend you're mine. Sometimes I check the mailbox, even when I know it's bare, hoping for one last paper plane that says you still care. I thought I saw you downtown.
There's a chair in the corner by the window that hasn't held us in a while. We used to sit there trading secrets, now it just gathers dust in style.
The hallway light still flickers where we used to dance at 2 a.m. Your laugh echoed in the wallpaper. Now the silence echoes instead. There's a jacket on the back of the door you wore that night we walked for hours. Rain soaked us down to our shoulders, but your smile bloomed like flowers. I still hear the sound of your footsteps, even though they no longer fall. Phantom traces in quiet mornings, like whispers caught in the wall. We've got rooms we don't use anymore, not because they're locked, but because they're haunted by our laughter. And all the time we never stopped. The kitchen feels colder these days, even if the oven on high. I make the same old morning coffee, but yours never runs dry. There's still 2 toothbrushes in the cup, your favorite mug in its place. But the way you used to look at me has vanished without a trace. I read your notes on the fridge still, little doodles with crooked hearts. I'd give anything to write you back, but I wouldn't know where to start. You don't slam doors anymore, you don't hum when you're alone. You just slip through the day softly, like a ghost that calls this place home. There's that room you painted green, because you said it felt like spring. We were gonna fill it with plants and laughter, now it's just a forgotten thing. I open the window sometimes, let the wind toss the curtains wild. It reminds me of the way you once held me, loose and warm and wild. There's a photo by the stairs we took when time felt like it stood still. We both smiled like we knew forever could bend to fit our will. But time isn't something you can barter. It moves and takes and folds. It smooths out the sharpest colors and leaves everything looking old. We've got drawers full of memories, receipts from places we loved, ticket stubs, old grocery lists, and birthday cards unsigned good luck. I used to sing in the shower, loud enough for you to hear. Now I turn the water hotter, just to blur the sound of tears. We have a couch with your imprint, and pillows that know you're me. I sit in your spot by accident, and feel the ache of fate. The mirror holds your shadow, like it's not ready to let go. And I trace your name in fog sometimes, just to see it melt real slow. I don't know how to talk to you when your eyes are somewhere else. You're here, but not really listening. A book turned on its shelf, just to see it made real slow. I don't know how to talk to you when your eyes are somewhere else. You're here, but not really listening. Finished lines and all the words we just prevent. We built this home with its fingertips, each corner shaped with care. But sometimes the house stands perfectly still, while the heart moves elsewhere. We built this home with fingertips, each corner shaped with care. But sometimes the house stands perfectly still, while the heart moves elsewhere. You said goodbye on a Sunday, with coffee still warm in your hand. I watched the steam rise like a prayer I never got to understand. The table was set for breakfast, but only one plate made it through. You left behind your crossword clues and a spoon that still smelled like you. I wandered through the hours like pages without a plot, flickering between what we were and all the pieces we forgot. The laundry hummed its rhythm, your t-shirts tangled in mine. I held them close like evidence of a life we didn't define. Remember how you'd sway your feet when we sat on the fire escape. The skyline always looked kinder when your laughter bent its shape. You called love a soft rebellion, something gentle, raw and true. I never thought I'd feel the silence more loudly than I miss you. Now I read your texts like poems, every typo, every pause, each one a fragile monument to what once felt like a cause. The lemon tea's gone bitter, your mug still sits by the sink.
I let the dishes pile for days, so I don't have too much time to think. The streetlight flickers nightly, like it knows we're not the same. The cat next door still visits, but stops short when I call your name. You love that awful sitcom, the one with the canned applause. Now it plays in background echoes while I'm scrolling without cause. The book you left half open still guards its folded page, like it's waiting for your fingers to turn it back with grace. There's a shadow in the hallway wall where our frames used to hang. It shifts when I walk past it, but it still knows our sign. Sometimes I wake at 3 a.m. expecting to hear your steps, but it's just the fridge and my own breath, haunted by unspoken regrets. The orchid bloomed too early, then withered in a week. I tried to write a poem about it, but the rhymes came out too weak. I bought a record last weekend, one you would have danced to slow. I played it in the kitchen, with nowhere else to go. I checked the weather pointlessly, like your city shares my sky. The rain falls differently now, as if it also knows goodbye. Somewhere between Sunday and someday, you left without a sound, but your laugh still echoes faintly in every quiet moment I have found. You once said you hated goodbyes, preferred to slip out the door. Maybe that's why I blinked and you weren't here anymore. I started writing letters that I never sent or sealed. They fill a drawer beside my bed, full of things I wish were real. I saw a couple yesterday wearing colors we used to wear, and for a second I was jealous, the air between their stare. You teased me for my seriousness and called me poet in a tie, but I guess I took you serious. The clock ticks slow like it's waiting for a moment that won't come. The world outside is moving fast, but I'm lost in the hum. We used to talk for hours underneath the fading sky, but now the words don't come so easy. The silence fills the night. I thought we'd be forever, chasing dreams we couldn't see. But now the days feel heavy and the air's too hard to breathe. I still feel you in the stillness, like the warmth of summer's glow, but it's faded, just a whisper in the places we used to go. We used to dance with no direction, like the world was ours to take. But now we're moving in circles, and I'm wondering what's at stake. I still wear the pieces of us like a melody that never ends, but the harmony's been broken, and it's hard to make amends. I hear the sound of footsteps fading, like the echo of a song, and I wonder if you're still waiting where the waves don't crash for long. The days are long and quiet, like the softest melody, but the rhythm's lost without you, and I'm drowning in the sea. I try to find you in the quiet, in the spaces in between, but the distance feels too heavy, and the light is hard to see. We used to laugh without a reason underneath the moonlit sky, but now it's just the quiet hum and the stars that never fly. I trace the memories like a map, but the roads don't lead me back. I wish I could rewrite the lines, but time has left no track. The silence speaks louder than words, and I can hear it in my mind. It's the rhythm of the moments that we left behind. I see your face in every corner, like a shadow on the wall, and I wonder if you're searching for the pieces that I call. We used to talk about forever,
but forever's just a dream. Now we're standing at the edge of a place we've never seen. I hear the waves, they're calling, but they crash before they reach. And I'm left here on the shoreline with nothing left to teach. But I'll keep the echoes with me, like the song we used to sing. And even when the silence falls, I'll carry everything. We don't need to fix the past or try to change the way. We'll just live inside the moment and let the wave have their say. The days will pass, but I'll remember the way we used to shine. Even when the night feels endless, I know you'll still be mine. We don't need to speak in words, just the rhythm of the breeze. And in the quiet of the morning, I'll find you next to me. So let the waves crest softly, let the silence fill the air. I'll hold on to what we were, and I'll meet you anywhere. In the stillness, I'll keep waiting for the sound that feels like home. In the quiet of the night, I'll know I'm not alone.
I find my peace when I'm with you. In your arms, the world feels new. A love so soft, it takes its time. A rhythm that feels so divine. Every heartbeat echoes true. In this place, there's only me and you. In your arms, I'm home again, where the world can fade and all is plain. In your arms, the world slows down, where love is found, where hearts resound. As we whisper every touch, with you I feel I've got enough. In your arms, we'll make our way through the night and into the day. Together we'll rise, together we'll fall. In your arms I have it all. The moment's sweet, the air is light. With every breath you're holding tight. The world may turn, the world may change, but with you nothing feels strange. In your arms, the world slows down, when love is found, where hearts resound. Every whisper, every touch, with you I feel I've got enough. In your arms we'll make our way through the night and into the day. Together we'll rise, together we'll fall. In your arms I have it all. We're drifting in the endless stream, where time and space begin to dream. A moment frozen in the air. With you I feel like I'm aware. The world hates moving, yet we stay. In this place we'll find our way. Lost in time, we're holding tight. Together we'll make it through the night. Lost in time, but we're not alone. In your eyes I found my home. Through the past, through the future we roam. In your heart I'm never far from away. Lost that time, a love so deep. In the silence we will keep a memory that never fades. In the timeless love we've made. The moments pass, but we stand still, chasing dreams, bending will. In the quiet we'll stay,
as the world keeps turning away. Lost in time, but we're not alone. In your eyes I found my home. Through the past, through the future we run. In your heart we're never far from home. Lost in time, a love so deep. In the silence we will keep a memory that never fades in this timeless love.